Was that you trying to figure out how to help your dad's business? Throw some nitrous in this boat here, see what it does to his boat too? The Celtics brothers here at the Wild Wings Shootout. Look for them the rest of the year. How do you beat the post-race interview again?
I don't know.
I see Michael. I guarantee you he don't see me though.
Michael got it. Oh, right on.
I'll just drop it in. That's going to be good old-fashioned.
I don't know if they were mad a little bit, but...
Travis Strana celebrating with the fans here in Arizona at Nitro Rallycross. Yeah, guys. Time to buckle on up. Fanshield 500 Speed Fest weekend, right here in Phoenix. NASCAR's back in town. Through the dirt and the moonshine, through tragedy and the triumphs, with the legends and the championships, we close the book on NASCAR's 75th anniversary with a melee in the desert. From humble beginnings in 1949 to all of the hair-raising, life-changing, and jaw-dropping moments in between, we converge upon Phoenix Raceway to crown the champion of the NASCAR 75 season. This is the Sports 360 AZ Championship Weekend Special. I'm your host, Devon Henry, as we cap off a historic 75th season of NASCAR racing by crowning 4 champions in 3 days here at Phoenix Raceway. The dream of crossing the famed Yard of Bricks and bathing in the milk of Indianapolis has enticed the masses for more than a century. On the hunt for Indianapolis 500 glory is Scottsdale, Arizona's Jagger Jones, a 20-year-old partaking in the family tradition. Final quarter for Paul Jufro into turn number 10. He will become the 9th different winner in D-Bob's eNASCAR International iRacing Series history. The European protects home turf at Zolder. Paul Jufro wins in Belgium. What Mexican dish do you miss the most?
Red chili burro enchilada style with no garnish.
In a melee of an overtime restart, Cole Custer comes out on top to become a NASCAR Xfinity champion in NASCAR's 75th anniversary season. But I mean every single blow that you got there in that last overtime restart. What did it take to take every single blow and return it and raise that crown at the end of the night?
Man, I mean, it was awesome.
A monumental run for the Prestige Worldwide Racing driver in that green number 4 machine. Contact for the lead. Harlow moves Dobbs up the track. New leader, the 19, and Dobbs slides back to 4. The Phoenix Suns have electrified the state of Arizona, and as they head into the All-Star break, Monster Energy Supercross comes into town. One local team, Team Solitaire Nitro Blast, looks to help rally the Valley as they add some extra Valley pride to their dirt bikes on the professional circuit in Glendale. The fans in the stands and the fans watching on TV, they don't get the full experience. So inside the cockpit, what are some difficulties that you guys face that guys watching the race, they just don't really understand, they can't really comprehend just watching from the outside? Final Fours, the PGA, College Football National Championships, the NBA Finals, Super Bowls. The Valley has become a hotspot for championship events. NBC analyst and the 1999 Cup Series champion Dale Jarrett dissects what it means to host the NASCAR Championship here in Phoenix this year and also potentially for years to come. No driver in the history of NASCAR started on the front row of the Great American Race more than Tucson, Arizona's Alex Bowman. Devon Henry here for Sports 360 AZ for the Daytona 500 in Daytona Beach, Florida, as we kick off our coverage from the start of the year of the Daytona 500 to the championship in Phoenix in November. Malcolm in the middle is kind of getting like 3 wide in the middle. What is there kind of a reference that you think is kind of just under the radar?
Well, I was in a movie called Racing Stripes, and we can say that I'm getting my racing stripes this weekend, first time here in Phoenix.
75 years of champions, but only one driver could raise the Bill France Cup in NASCAR's 75th anniversary. Ryan Blaney, your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion at Phoenix Raceway. We're vibing in Victory Lane here in Avondale, Arizona. The Bill France Cup is still actually right behind me right now as we celebrate Ryan Blaney, your 2023 NASCAR champion, the 75th anniversary season. Let's tell you how we got there, though.
We talked to Michael. You want to be on the brake as little as humanly possible. So what we're going to try to do here, keep this puppy on the gas. We're going to get a green flag going right here. Let's go, baby.
With only one more race remaining on its official schedule for local racers and enthusiasts to come put their beloved cars on the drag strip, uncertainty looms over the historic venue that's been home to generations of families sharing their love for speed and their community. What is your ultimate goal in the racing and motorsports industry for you beyond just being that guy on the track? What does it mean to you to drive through that tunnel, look at the pagoda, and you go, I get to race at the top level stock cars and a Tony Stewart owned number 14 at my home track of Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Williams now has his own Omni robots that travel with his cars from track to use with children's hospitals across the nation. In large part due to Josh's altruistic efforts and collaboration with Omni Labs, patients from Phoenix Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and Children's Mercy Kansas City got to do the unthinkable. Attend Super Bowl 57 in Glendale, up close, from their hospital rooms. And there's a brand new rules package here for the NASCAR Cup Series. They take the spoiler, move it from 4 inches to 2 inches, play with the diffuser a little bit, basically trying to reduce a little bit of that downforce. So we come to our resident dirt car driver because we had a 50-minute practice session, a little bit longer than usual for the Cup Series, to kind of test this new package out, get everyone accustomed. Dirt track drivers, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th in practice, including Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe, defending Daytona 500 champion Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Your thoughts on what we might see on Sunday with this brand new rules package? Armani was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2 and was considered nonverbal until he was 5 years old. His family was told he wouldn't graduate high school, much less ever be able to live on his own. And now, he's driving over 150 miles per hour at the home of the NASCAR Championship. But maybe the most underappreciated part of the sport is the athletes servicing the cars on pit road. This year, NASCAR introduced the new next-gen car. It has changed everything for these pit crews and for the drivers on the track. It has also introduced the fastest pit stops in NASCAR history. In fact, the fastest pit stop ever recorded happened this year with an Arizona native working on the car. From an Arizona high school football champion to an Arizona State walk-on and now a veteran pit crew member, this is the story of Kellen Mills.
This year, it is definitely just black or white, do or die. Your ability to push the limits is so dependent upon your preparation. If you err across that line, the investment of everybody back at the shop, the driver, everybody kind of goes out the window at that point.
Every football player dreams of performing on the biggest stage in the loudest venue in sports. That's what former Arizona State walk-on Kellen Mills had in mind, but not in the way it ended up, as one of the top jackmen in NASCAR. Mills was part of the last state championship of the Mountain View football dynasty in Mesa in 2002 and walked on at Arizona State, eventually earning himself a scholarship to play for the Sun Devils through 2007. But when football life was coming to an end, an unlikely opportunity presented itself.
Our strength coach, Joe Ken, was a big NASCAR fan.
Cannot wait to see who races the Cup and becomes a NASCAR champion here at Phoenix on Sunday. I'm Devon Henry. Make it a great weekend.